area between curves. We go with examples. Find the area enclosed by the curves y equals x to the 3 and y equals 9x in the first quadrant. So we check the graph of the function using Desmos. At the intersection, we see that x to the 3 is 9x. Now we can form equation and solve by factoring. So we are getting x is -3, 0, and 3. Since we are in the first quadrant, we will be choosing x equals 0 and x equals 3. When x is 0, then y is 0, as you see from the function or the equation here. When x is 3, then y is 27. Now the integral for the area will be 0 to 3. My top graph is this one, which is y equals 9x. So you're writing the top one, and then we write the bottom one, which is x to the 3. So when you take the integral and simplify, your answer will be 81/4. We take example 2. We are taking y equals x squared minus 3 and y equals 3x plus 1. At the intersection again, x squared minus 3 is 3x plus 1. Form the equation, and it is a trinomial. Factor it, and you get x minus 4 times x plus 1. From here you guys understand that x is 4 and x is -1. So when x is -1, then y will be -2. You can plug it in the first equation or in the second. When x is 4, then y is 13. Now this is our graph. So we'll be taking integral between -1 and 4 for x. And the top graph is 3x plus 1, and the bottom one is x squared minus 3. We're going to subtract them. Third example. You have y equals square root of x and y equals x. You can use the graph in your Desmos graphing calculator. Graph will look like this, and the intersecting points, of course, you can find square root of x equals x and then solve for x. You will get x equals 0 and x equals 1. So you try that. And then the area will be again from 0 to 1 on x coordinates. And the top function is square root of x, and the bottom one is y equals x. And the answer will be 1/6. I'm taking next example. X plus y is 24, and y squared equals x plus 6. So this one is little tricky. At the intersection, we see from the first equation, we isolate x equals 24 minus y, and in the second equation, x equals y squared minus 6. So you can form a quadratic equation in variable y. Factor it out, solve for x and y values. So you got y equals either 5 or -6. When y is -6, you can plug it here in the first equation and find your x, which is 30. When y equals 5, then x is 19. So our graph look like this. So the intersecting points are 5, 19. So 5 is your y value, and x value is 19. So we write 19, 5, and then the next one is 30, -6. Now we are looking integration with respect to y variable. We'll be taking y limit from -6 to 5, and then our right side function first, and then the left side function. So -6 to 5, your right side function is x plus y is 24, so then x will be 24 minus y. We write it here. And then the second one is this graph here on the left side, which says x equals y squared minus 6, and then simplify integral. This integral can be done in a different way with respect to x. So when you want to try with respect to x, you need to write what is y in terms of x. So I get two functions, y equals plus square root of x plus 6 and minus square root of x plus 6. So let us look at the graph. We have the same graph. Since we are doing with respect to x, so I need to determine this point also. And this point is very easy to check, because in this graph, if you put y equals 0, x is -6. So that's the point on x-axis. Now we have to label the top portion of the graph is y1 and the bottom portion is y2. We positive one we take up and the negative one is down. And we isolate with this line, so we make two functions or two integrals, multiple integral regions you see. So the first integral will be between y1 and y2 curve. And then the second one will be between this curve which is y equals 24 minus x, and the bottom one is already here. So we just write it on this. I just show you that between negative 6 to 19, what are the curves? y1 minus y2. So that gives me 2 square root of x plus 6. You can easily check this. This minus this will make it positive, so you get twice. And now the integral formation is negative 6 to 19. We have this graph, which is 2 square root of x plus 6, plus second part is 19 through 30. So then 19 through 30, next coordinate. We are taking now, the top graph is this one here, which is y equals 24 minus x. And then the bottom graph is this one, y2. We have a negative sign, this becomes positive. And then if you simplify, you get the same answer. Thank you.